Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shovel, and today we're going to be doing a review of JOJOLand Chapter 17. Big reveal in this chapter, and so going in is a spoiler alert. Pretty excited. It's more of a setup chapter, but yeah, let's just jump right on in. So the chapter opens up on a private plane, and we see a man and three women doing edibles on the plane, and this man turns out to be none other than Mr. Howler, the owner of the Howler Company, or the Howler Lands that everyone is currently trying to steal. Yeah, and he's on the plane doing edibles with the flight attendants. But anyway, the plane pulls up or gets ready for landing. I don't know how you'd phrase that. So the plane is landing, and at the airport strip, there are a group of men waiting there for him. And these men are from the bank, and they're here to tell him about the congressman signing the bill to seize all of the Howler land so they can investigate him for corruption. And they're there to ask him to pay up all the money that the bank loaned him, which was $38 billion in cash up front. They told him that they said to him that, hey, you got to do this right now before this gets out to the news, and then the bank will go down. The bank doesn't want to go down with him because he's bankrupt, and they're telling him, we're not going down with you. You're the only one that's going down on this ship. This leaves him confused because he's just got off a plane that he seems he was, let's be honest, banging. He's definitely banging, at least banging those three flight attendants. And he just lands a plane, and then he's bankrupt. So he's naturally confused. He tries to get into contact with Bobby Jean. So he tries to contact Bobby Jean, and then we cut away. We don't see anything after that. But what we do cut to is Bobby Jean and the little girl has finally caught up to the gang. They're at the hospital, and they're inspecting the gang's car. They don't recognize it because of Dragona's ability, because Dragona used smooth operators on the license plate, and the security camera. Also, remember, they changed shift around the security camera. The security camera isn't showing their proper faces, but they keep searching, and but eventually the little girl sees one of Dragona's flower things in the car, and she just flips the hell out. She just flips the hell out. She starts scratching the car. It's like, buy it for me, buy it. So she's very spoiled, but she's also pretty smart, and she's also pretty smart, especially for a kid. Like, this kid is incredibly smart, because the shit that she's talking about in this chapter, but I was not thinking about that shit when I was her age. And like, this is not something, those are not conversations that I would be having at her age. She talks about like how everybody dies, brother, mother, sister, uncle, they all die, and she goes into like incredible philosophical details for a young child, which shows you that she's a pretty smart kid. But anyway, after that scene, we cut into the hospital with the gang. The gang at this point, they're going over their plan to save Yasugi, with the MRI machine. Current rooms that the MRI machines are in are occupied, so they decide to use an empty room and use Yasugi's ability to create an MRI machine, and use it in that room. And then Dragona would just use her smooth operators to destroy it. The gang then runs into the room, and this is when the little girl and Bobby Jean finally catches up to them. The little girl immediately sees them. The little girl sees them immediately, but it doesn't seem like they see them. Like, I don't really know what's going on here. I think it's Bobby Jean's ability, but we'll get into that. But before anything happens, that's when Howler calls in the boss man, and the boss man tells the little girl that they have the rock, right? Remember, the boss is so Howler doesn't know really what's going on. He just knows for a fact that the people who are responsible for him going bankrupt have the lava rock, and he tells the damn it, I forgot her name. Flip. He tells the little girl that, hey, I need you, like specifically you, to recover this rock, and you can also eliminate them. So the fact that they were literally standing right behind them, the little girl recognizes them from Dragona's hairpiece. Um, her I think it's called hairdressing or head dressing. I'm not really sure what you call that. But that's how she recognized him, because of the flower that was in the car, and Dragona is wearing the same thing. So she gives Bobby Jean the go ahead to, hey, you can eliminate them. And Bobby Jean then pulls out a gun, puts on the silencer, and fires at them. The gang hears the gunshot. They recognize that a gun was fired, but they turn around and they don't see anything. Like, they don't see anyone. Uh, which is a cliffhanger for sure, because no one is there. But the bullets were fired. They actually get hit by it. And Jodia even screams to Dragona to get down, right? For Dragona to get down, and they get hit by the bullets. So I'm guessing, this is just a random guess here, that maybe Bobby Jean's ability is probably to turn invisible or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but yeah, that's what happened. That's the chapter, and it's a pretty big cliffhanger. And I was like, God damn, yeah. So that's JoJoLand chapter 17. It just ended on a huge ass cliffhanger, right? So we have to wait until the next chapter to see what's going on. Yeah, it's a pretty fun chapter. It's a pretty good read. This chapter very much reminds you that JoJo is not a children manga, children manga, because there's a text on the cover page, no, on the first panel, that says "taken orally," which I'm not really sure what that means, but given the scene that we go into, I don't know, maybe Hiraki's suggesting something, but yeah, that's JoJoLand chapter 17. Comment down below, tell me what you guys thought. What are your predictions? Like, what do you think Bobby Jean's ability is? Bobby Jean's abilities are? I think it's probably just could turn invisible, or turn everyone around him invisible, or make it so people can't see him or something. Yeah. Yeah, that's JoJoLand chapter 17. Like I said earlier, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, guys.